The White House is calling out Elon Musk for promoting racist hate, but at the same time, the government is more addicted to Musk's companies than ever. This is a crazy situation where the government says one thing, but does another. The government desperately needs SpaceX. SpaceX has contracts with NASA worth at least $4 billion to go to the moon. And the Pentagon is paying SpaceX tens of millions for a new secure communications system using Starlink satellites. These satellites have already been vital for Ukraine's military against Russia. In private, officials say Starlink is critical for deterring China because the satellites are far harder for China to disable than the Pentagon's own satellites. SpaceX alone launched almost 80% of the world's mass into orbit in one quarter this year. That's 5 times more than Russia and China combined. No other rocket company comes close. As the famous biographer Walter Isaacson said, no other company has been able to make reusable rockets and get astronauts and heavy satellites into orbit like SpaceX. So even though the White House has publicly condemned Musk, they have no choice but to keep using his companies. There simply aren't good alternatives right now. Some in Congress are concerned about relying so much on SpaceX. But the reality is that the government desperately needs SpaceX for space exploration and national security. So, despite their harsh words, they have to hold their nose and sign contracts with Musk's companies. The bottom line, the government's talk doesn't match its actions. No matter how much they may dislike Musk, his rockets and satellites are just too important for them to quit.
It's time to talk about the elephant in the room. Chinese electric vehicles are dominating the global market, but they're being actively kept out of the US by the US government and special interests. Chinese automakers are on fire right now. They're selling over 6 million EVs worldwide, and their models like the BYD Han and MG4 are packed with cool tech features at a fraction of the price of a Tesla. But here's the catch. In 2018, Trump slapped a 25% tariff on Chinese auto imports, and Biden has kept them in place. The excuse? China's unfairly subsidizing their EV industry and could threaten US automakers. But let's be honest, this sounds a lot like protectionism. American consumers are missing out on affordable EVs, and isn't that the whole point of promoting EV adoption? And here's the irony. US automakers rely heavily on Chinese supply chains for EV batteries and minerals. So, partnering with China on electric vehicles seems inevitable. Chinese companies are trying to manufacture EVs right here in North America to dodge the tariffs. But the political clash continues. As an EV fan, I hope our politicians can eventually think outside their domestic bubbles. Chinese innovation mixed with American manufacturing could accelerate the transition to electric for everyone. So, what do you think? Should Chinese EVs be kept out at all costs? Or should we give consumers access to the best affordable EVs? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. From crypto billionaire to bartering with fish, Sam Bankman-Fried's new normal is swapping digital coins for pouches of mackerel fish. In prison. Yep, no joke. The guy is playing with fish. Stripped of his Bahamian penthouse after FTX melted down, Sam's now finding purpose playing the angles at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. When he first arrived, the fallen vegan entrepreneur struggled with bland meals. But he's since adapted, using Max, the jail's cigarette replacement currency, to trade up. Sam flipped some pouches to score a tidy haircut, keeping his signature mop on point before trial. He's even schooling guards about crypto in between another new hobby, schmoozing fellow dorm mates. That included Juan Orlando Hernandez, the disgraced Honduran president fighting drug charges, and Mexico's ex-top cop Genaro Garcia Luna, locked up for enabling cartels. It's a crazy crew of elite fraudsters awaiting judgment day together. And for Sam, cooling his heels after a swift conviction, they may be as good as it gets, at least until he's sentenced and relocated to a federal low or penitentiary. Sam will soon be living a life with no Adderall, and he's going to learn to hustle. He's in a world of boring pain for the next few decades.
Americans shattered Black Friday online shopping records in 2023. You all shelled out almost $10 billion. Where's the recession? Online Black Friday spending jumped 7.5% over last year's record. $5.6 billion were spent on Thanksgiving Day. This was a 5.5% year-over-year increase. Other figures showed Thanksgiving sales growing 1% to $7.5 billion, while Black Friday soared 9% to an astonishing $16.4 billion. Despite the economic gloom, 95% of survey respondents still plan holiday shopping, expecting to spend an average $1,600. This number already exceeds pre-pandemic levels.
Here's what you can learn from a dude who sold burritos out of his apartment window. And now, he's running a $7 billion startup. Here are 3 lessons Zach Reitano claims that shaped his success. Lesson 1. Express love openly. Early on, Zach's ill father taught him to openly say, "I love you," before parting. This advice shaped his leadership style. Lesson 2. Stay nimble. When Zach had to shutter his startup to help his sick sister, he demonstrated adaptability few entrepreneurs have. Lesson 3. Embrace sensitive topics. By proudly discussing his own erectile dysfunction, Zach helped destigmatize the condition while exponentially growing Roe. Zach's journey reveals pivotal leadership lessons for every entrepreneur. With openness, nimbleness, and humility, anyone can pivot obstacles into opportunities. Also, you gotta be lucky. In a crazy takedown, the Justice Department secured guilty pleas from the legendary founder of crypto giant Binance and the company itself. It's a staggering fall from grace for the leading light of crypto now facing prison. The government alleges that Binance deliberately avoided U.S. regulations while doing business with American customers. The company also enabled illegal activities ranging from child exploitation to terrorism financing. Listen to this. Binance allegedly let back in some customers banned for suspicious activity, like potential drug money laundering. As part of the scheme, CZ advised staff to covertly communicate with certain US-based VIP clients to avoid detection. As part of the plea deal, he'll pay a massive $50 million fine personally and step down as CEO. The company itself pleaded guilty too, agreeing to cough up $4.3 billion in fees and restitution. CZ now faces up to 18 months in prison, and the future of Binance remains uncertain under the government's watchful eye. The takeaway is clear. Federal regulators are coming down hard on crypto cowboys playing fast and loose. For an industry craving mainstream acceptance, this reckoning was inevitable. But for die-hard crypto believers, will seeing their biggest heroes stumble signal the end of an era or just another day at the crypto exchanges?
Breaking news being reported by The Information. OpenAI's board of directors approached Dario Amodei, the co-founder and CEO of rival large language model developer Anthropic, about a potential merger of the two companies. The approach came after OpenAI's board had fired CEO Sam Altman on Friday and was part of an effort by OpenAI to persuade Amodei to replace Altman as CEO. Mergers are going to happen sooner than we expect, and we'll be left in a universe of only 4 or 5 good generative-type AI systems. What say you? As we head into the 4th year of the COVID-19 pandemic, a question looms large. Why are so many Americans still hesitant about the latest vaccine? The latest KFF COVID-19 vaccine monitor reveals a surprising trend. About half of American adults have not planned to get the latest vaccine, despite its availability for 2 months. This includes 30% of those who were previously vaccinated. Surprisingly, vaccine uptake is highest among older adults and Democrats. The primary reasons for this hesitancy? A decreased concern about COVID-19, being too busy, and plans to get vaccinated later. About 52% of previously vaccinated individuals express lack of worry about the virus as a reason for not getting the latest shot. With the holiday season upon us, the public's relaxed attitude towards COVID-19 is evident. About half of the adults are not planning any specific precautions, despite concerns about increased hospitalizations. Demographics play a crucial role in vaccine attitudes. The survey shows stark differences based on age, political affiliation, and race. Partisanship, in particular, continues to significantly influence vaccine decisions. As we navigate these unprecedented times, these findings raise important questions about public health and the future of COVID-19 vaccinations. What does this mean for our collective efforts against the pandemic? We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your voice matters in shaping our understanding of this ongoing challenge.